Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Stylish Hidden Treasures. My name is Mary and I'm a full-time reseller on both eBay and Poshmark. So today is a Battle of the Bins video. So what is that? For those of us that live in cities that have multiple bins, I don't know, you guys give me your opinion on this, or maybe comment below. But do you notice that some bins just tend to have better things? So for an example, this video is from 2 bins here in Indianapolis. There's a total of 3. Actually, there's one that's on Franklin Road, which is kind of in a kind of neighborhood. And if anybody's watching this video from Indianapolis, please don't be offended, because at some point I lived on that side of town too, so I get it. But it's not in the, let's just say, most desirable side of town. So there's bin number 1, which is Franklin Road. Then there's bin number 2, which is Greenwood. Greenwood is, well, let's just say a higher income level. The bin there is a little bit smaller. And then there's bin number 3, which we'll call West Washington Street. And that's out by the airport. And I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, it's a little bit creepy at that Goodwill. It's an older Goodwill. It's much, much smaller. And even the type of folks that come through there is just a little bit different. So my question is, in your state or city, do you notice that every bin tends to have a different type of crowd? Or one bin just always seems to be better than the others? And why is that? So I've noticed over the years, because I guess sometimes I have nothing better to do than to kind of watch, right? And I notice when the Goodwill trailers come in, oftentimes they're coming from certain directions of town. So the one I like to go to the most, which I said is kind of in an iffy side of town, kind of iffy. Actually, I think a lot of the higher end items are kind of coming to that bin. So if you're from Indiana or Indianapolis, you'll know that the Carmel and the Noblesville and the Zionsville are where the money makers are, okay? That's where you have your politicians, your sports people, the higher incomes, right? Well, I honestly think that bin, even though it's located in a kind of an iffy area, has the rich people stuff. And I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. Bin number 2 in Greenwood is in a more, let's say, higher income area, but I don't feel like the stuff that's coming to that Goodwill is good, really. I mean, like every time I've gone, and we're talking about over a decade in going to these bins, I just noticed that the stuff is just like okay. It's like nothing exciting. I never almost ever find anything designer. And I just wonder, where exactly are they getting their items? Now, those of us that go to bins, we know that there are raw donations, and then there's overflows and Goodwills where they just simply put them on the truck and they take them to the bins. Third bin, which is on West Washington, is out by the airport. Yeah, like I said, a little bit sketchy type of area. I would assume the donations and the things that would be out there are going to be kind of not so great, right? I found better stuff there than I have at the Greenwood one, where there's more money. So bottom line is, this is a Battle of the Bins video. I picked 2 bins I took my daughter with when she was on fall break, and I want to compare to see if one bin is actually better than the other. And you guys can help me kind of vote or make a selection or a choice on which one you think was better. So bin number 1 is the bin that is in Greenwood, which, like I said, is not always the best stuff. And then bin number 2, which is the competitor, is going to be the one I go to the most, which I enjoy the most. So let's see which one is actually going to make me a little bit better money. So for bin number 1, which is Greenwood, I got these novelty Christmas lights, which they're like little baseballs. Don't pass up on these type of novelty type things during the holiday seasons, because people do pick these things up and put on their Christmas tree. So brand new in a package. Next I got a vintage, which it reminded me of like Gucci and things like that, but it's not. But it's vintage, and it says Dominican Republic. Can't see what else it says, but it's genuine leather, and it's just a tri-colored belt with leather and brass. It's in pretty good shape, vintage, but I think the design is what's going to help with this belt. I don't sell a lot of belts, but when I do, they do pretty good. I found a lot of hats at this bin, and I do sell quite a bit of vintage hats, and these are like a little bit more fall appropriate. So this one is a light felt by Commodore. It's a black velvet, almost kind of like a burnout design. And then I got this hat, which is pretty cool. This will definitely be great for Derby. This is Bellolini Originals, 100% wool, made in Nepal. And as you can see, well, actually this way would be better. Really pretty. Then I got this hat, which is Joe Bill Miller. And this feels more felt, but I got it for the style. So kind of a nice women's hat. And a lot of these hats I'll put on my mannequin, which will help kind of display it a little bit better. This one actually has some value to it. I don't know if you can see on the little metal piece here, there's like a little emblem. And this is a Stetson. It's a size 7/3/8. It's John B. Stetson. It's a beaver hat. And then this one is pretty clean on the inside too. So don't pass up on these vintage hats. As you can see, there's some spots, and I will need to clean this hat as well. Then I had, there's 100% wool. This is a size medium women's hat. I think pretty nice basic. This one I don't think is, I don't know if this is cute or not, y'all, but I picked it up because it's brand new with tags. So kind of another derby type of hat. This is Miss Divine. As you can see, I got a lot of hats, so I don't know if somebody like donated all their hats or what was going on. Here's another black 100% wool Michael Howard. So this is a vintage, as you can see. And then we're almost to the end of the hats, guys. This is this Morona, which is Target. However, it's kind of cool looking. It kind of has like a tricolor look here. So, and it's brand new with tags. And then this one I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to actually list or not, because it looks a little worn. This one is Borsalina, made in Italy, but it's like really wrinkled. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be, if I can save this. I might be able to save it by putting it on the mannequin head, hopefully, and stretch it out just a little bit. We'll see. Then we have this hat, which is really cute with a bow. And this is Parkhurst. And if I can remember, this actually had pretty decent comps. So, another hat. And I think we're almost to the end of the hats. This is vintage. As you can see, kind of like a pillbox type. Really cool looking. Netting inside. I sell a lot of vintage little hats like this. Alright, so that was all the hats. Then we go into some wallets and accessories. So we have a Fossil wallet. And it's just kind of like a trifold. Needs a little bit of cleaning, but not too bad. So we have Fossil. This is brand new with tags. This is Joy Susan. It's like a purple and it's a crossbody. So here's what it looks like. Has a little bit of a metallic shine. And it came with the duster. So I'll have to look that up to see. Something tells me that's probably worth something. But we'll see. Next we have a Banana Republic all suede purse. It's in actually really good condition, even on the inside. 100% cow split leather. Yep. So, nice bag. Then I have this jacket, which is called Model Lambskin, and it has like an inside lining that could be taken out. This is a men's jacket. It's in like literally like almost perfect condition, as you can see, and I really liked it because it had something a little different. I usually don't pick up black leather jackets just because I feel personally like it's a 90s out of style type thing. However, this one is in perfect condition and it's a little bit different because it has the different colors here. And this is an extra large. So, fun fact, but not really fun fact. I don't know if you guys have really looked at the like embargo laws on eBay, which is something I never even thought about. But there was a jacket that I showed you guys in like 1 or 2 videos back, and it was a vintage bomber distressed men's brown leather jacket. Looked great when I listed it. Well, eBay just took it down yesterday because they said I violated the embargo act or law or whatever. So apparently we can't sell anything that's from North Korea, and I had put that in the title, so maybe not do that again. So yeah, so much for all that work, and they took it down. So just make sure you are aware of that when it comes to listing, that you know, things that are made in Russia and you put that in the keywords or put that in where it says where it was made from, it's gonna get flagged, y'all. And you know, the crazy thing is I try to fight it because I'm thinking it's vintage, right? So I didn't just buy it. Still took it down. Okay, so this is brand new with tags. This is Remy leather. It's a size 50. It's really nice navy blue with a brown trim. Actually, this is really nice. It's really soft. So this is a nice find for men. I don't buy a lot of men's stuff, but if it's brand new or it has a really nice look, I'll go ahead and purchase that. Then I got some corduroys. So I have a Ralph Lauren size 10 brown corduroys. And if you don't know, corduroys are back in style. They're no longer an 80s thing. People are buying quite a bit, especially if you have like what I'm about to show you, this soft cord, which is not a really thick corduroy. You definitely want to grab that because they're very lightweight and you can definitely ship them in first class, which helps out. This is Pilcrow in the letter press, which is an Anthro brand. They're a little wrinkled, but good color. So corduroys. Then I got BB, which, as you know, is very expensive in the store, but for some reason the resale value is not good. So these are polka dots, which I think will help when it comes to the style. Sometimes even if the brand is not that great, if the style is good, then you have a winner there. Then I have a couple extra pieces. Oh yeah, this one here. So this is a 2-sided little girl's costume. So I think this is handmade. I'm not sure, but it's really done well if it is. So things like this are great for not only Halloween, but kids in general. And then we have a Bill Levkoff dress, black strapless, like a cocktail dress. Now's a good time to put those type of things on for New Year's and Christmas and holiday parties because people will be looking for those things, especially your reds and your greens and blues, black as well. And then we have a Michael Kors tote. One of the straps is broken. Where is it? Here it is. I am not 100% sure, but I think I could fix it. But it like is brand new inside. So it almost makes me wonder if it was in the store, somebody you know, went to try to wear it or look at it and they broke it and kind of put it back. I don't know, but it's like literally brand new. And then I had one other hat kind of hanging in here. It's another vintage hat. It's kind of like a straw. And I like this one because it actually has the stretchy thing to hold on. Usually I have to put in the listings to make sure that people use like a hairpin or something to keep the hat on. So next is really good. This is a bolo, Wilfred, which is sold, what is it, Artesia? But this is going to be a good winner here because this is a mohair. It's a long cardigan, and anything that I list that is a mustard yellow, like, flies off the shelf, it seems like. And this is a medium, even though it's an oversized look. It does have some piling, which I'll just use the shaver to remove that. And then we're almost to the end of the first one. So next is a Coach purse. I'm going to try to get the staining off up here. The rest of the Coach looks great. It's just at the top is stained a little bit. Inside looks really good. So don't pass up on bags like that where you may have to do just a little bit of cleaning, because sometimes it's worth it, even if you sell it with the flaws. This is a American Eagle tote. It's brand new with tags. I try not to pick up this type of stuff just because it doesn't sell for much. However, it sells. Next is a Victoria's Secret striped bag tote. This too is brand new with tags. These don't sell for much, but they do sell, and it helps that they're brand new. Another tote, brand new, Jaguar. I almost didn't pick this up thinking like, who really wants this? But then I realized there are people that drive Jaguars and maybe they want a random tote in their car. I don't know. But it's brand new, so I picked it up. Another bag is Bagalini, which is like a travel bag. This one is animal print. This is a larger size. Great condition. Lightweight, so it'll probably be able to go first class, which is good. Then I had a couple clothing items in this one as well. This is called Hot Kiss, which is not a great brand, but it's brand new with tags, and it's black, so, you know, it'll work for this season. Then I have a Dana Buchman. I'm not saying her name right. Anyway, these tops, for those of you that sell Kohl brands, which a lot of Kohl brands do not sell well, she actually sells good. Her resale value is pretty decent. And then my daughter told me to pick this up, and I think she's 100% right, because it has cool print and it's from Hot Topic. So for those of you that may or may not know, Hot Topic does extremely well. There's like a cult following for some reason, but anything I get from Hot Topic, especially the plus sizes, tend to sell very, very quickly. So I'm going to give her a portion of that sale, because after all, she found it for me at the bins. So this is Umgee, which Umgee is not a big brand. It's like a bread and butter brand. But I picked this up for style because it's bohemian, festival, little bit hippie, anything like that sells pretty good. This is not much of anything, but for some reason, this brand has been selling good for me lately, which is Croft & Barrel, which is another Kohl's brand. But this is plus size. Actually, no, it's not. It's large, but it's brand new with tags. And it's stretchy. So us women, we like our stuff to be stretchy, a little bit of movement there. So another bag, yes, tote, needs a little bit of cleanup, but it's in pretty good shape, and it kind of has like this monogram type of print, logo print. And two more things from bin number 1, which is this bag, 31. I don't think they're big anymore like they were, but this one's brand new with tags. It's colorful and it's a tote. So Probably will do better in the spring when people are going on vacations. It would be great for a beach bag. However, you know, when it's brand new, I go ahead and pick it up. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is Soma. These are brand new totes, and it says $30 on them. I have 2 of them. They're just one big tote. I don't know if anybody's going to buy this, but I mean, I guess they were selling them at some point. So I have 2 of those. And then last but not least is some vintage purses. I have red, and there's not a brand in this one, and you could put a strap on it, but it's kind of like you know, like a little envelope purse. 80s and 90s purses like that, they don't sell for a whole lot, but they do sell. Next, this is Lumineered, I think it is. It's kind of like a hinge cocktail party bag. It's almost like a beaded / sequin type of material, meshy, but it's kind of cool, and it has like a little inside clear pocket, so that vintage bag will probably do pretty good. And then I like to pick these little vintage bags up for prom, for cocktail parties, for weddings, some of, you know, the keywords that I would use. And then sometimes I'll get 2 or 3 of these and then just lot them up and sell them that way. So that's an option. And then last but not least is this bag, which I am going to soak in OxyClean and hope and pray that I can get the stains out, but it's just a vintage Dooney & Bourke kind of a shoulder bag. Other than the fact that there's some staining, well, I guess it's like a fade stain. I don't know how you describe this. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. So I'm going to work on that bag as well. So that's bin number 1, which is Greenwood. I hope I didn't just mix that up. Okay, so bin number 2. And you guys give me your opinion on which one you think is better. Is JanSport kind of cassette player, graphic print backpack. It's in pretty good shape. So I think this is pretty cool looking. I know we're past back to school, but you never know. People still need backpacks. This I need to do some research on. This is vintage. It feels like leather, but it has like, I don't know if this is a Russian name or what type of name this is. It's almost like a men's messenger crossbody type thing. Kind of industrial looking. I'm going to have to look that up. But I sell stuff like that all the time, and it sells. This is kind of a cool find. This is vintage McGregor, I believe. No, it's not. It's Fred Perry. But it's like a duffel bag. It has like maroon. It's like a color block kind of. Probably 70s vibe a little bit. You know, people collect vintage McGregor and sporting goods and things like that that are vintage, so that should do okay. Then I have cashmere, which you guys know I love to pick up. This is Apartment 9. Not a great brand, however, it's pink and it's cashmere, so that's what's going for it. Then I have Chico's, kind of a cold shoulder top. Chico's does really well for me. Chico's and Talbot's, actually. It's a little bit more mature brands, but they do good. This is Giorgio St. Angelo. It's just a blazer. Has a wool blend, 1 button. And then I have an Anthropology top, which is Postmark. It doesn't say Postmark, but we know, for those of us that sell a lot of Anthro, that's what this is. Postmark. It has a striped and a little ruffled hem. Then I have Benettonka, which I love to sell these kind of like fringe, all leather. These literally look brand new. Like, look at the bottoms. So I'm willing to bet you somebody bought these or got them as a gift. These are a size 7, and they just simply did not fit. So these are a perfect find there. These are in not the greatest shape, but if you guys have seen my how to restore suede video with the UGG cleaners. I am going to use this as a project because, as you can see, these are very faded. I might be able to get some of the fade out, but my main thing is trying to get some of the staining and stuff, which I think I can do because of this material. So as you know, these slippers are not cheap, brand new. Even if I can get 25, 30 bucks, which I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get, that will be a good thing. These are kind of cool. These are Bear Paw size 10, and somebody left the, what do you call these? Like the snow trackers or whatever it's called, like you put in the winter time to keep you from falling when it's cold out. And it has like a fur, I'm pretty sure this is rabbit fur, and it's suede and it's heeled. So these are pretty cool looking. These should do pretty good for the winter time. I like picking up a lot of like vintage LL Bean and things like that. This is called Maine Hunting Shoe. This is LL Bean. It's kind of like a, what do they call this, duck shoe? Where it has like the rubber and then the lace up. So these are in pretty good shape. I feel like these are 80s. I'll have to look this up. There's not any. Oh yeah, see, look. See the LL Bean tag? If not, it's definitely like early 90s. So that should do pretty good. And then this is UGG. This is Kookaburra. Hope I'm saying that right. Which is the lower line of UGGs. But these are in really good shape, and they have the little bow details. So we have those. I think the regular UGGs are kind of saturated right now in the market, so I don't try to pick up too much of those anymore. Let me see. And then next we have a lot more clothing items. It's a little bit more aggressive at the second bin as far as the shoes, and I don't really like listing shoes, but I'll list boots. But this is pretty cool. This is Old Navy, and look at the patches. It's men's, like a camo green. And this is, I'm not sure what size it is, but it looks like a 2X. But I think it's really neat how it has all the colorful patches and all. So this should do good. Even though it's Old Navy, the style is what's going for that. Here's some items. Some of these things I'm not going to list obviously until spring or summer, but I'll pick them up on off season as well. This is DKNY. It's like a floral dress. Really pretty. And then, you know, I like picking up vintage. So I pick up these vintage vests. All the little blings and embellishments. And then I got some bags from them as well. Here's a pink Victoria's Secret logo tote bag. And then here's a let me see if I'm saying this right. Bottiker. Oh, I don't know, I can't say it. Anyway, whatever it is, that's what this is. So this is like a little small backpack, and I have a tote also that's for sale of this brand. And it's not cheap, brand new. This one is American Leather Company. I pretty much got it because it is a backpack, and it's kind of like a beige, pale yellow. There's some lines and stuff on the outside I'll hopefully try to get out, but the inside is super clean. So, and then a lot of people still like these JanSport Slingbacks backpacks, the vintage backpacks, either for hiking or camping or just whatever. So I picked this one up. It's in decent shape. Then I have, which you know I love my vintage textiles and bedding. This is brand new. This was with a bunch of this other vintage stuff I'm going to show you, but they are vintage pillowcases, like the shabby chic cottage core look. Brand new. Well, at least if they're not, they look perfect. Next is Dress Barn, which is not a good brand, but I picked this up for style. And lately, I've been selling quite a bit of Dress Barn, which is strange because you would think that it would be a hot brand, but for some reason I'm selling quite a bit of it. Next is a vintage Pendleton. Just a plaid skirt, virgin wool. This brand, Grace Karen, is kind of like a dance brand, like people that do like ballroom dancing and things like that. And they make these really pretty dresses. So this is in really good shape. Honestly, you can market this also for probably wedding or prom too. And then I got this vintage tool belt. I don't know if you can see the print. It's kind of neat. I like picking up stuff like this because, well, it's different. This is a size 30, so that's a small person. And then let's go into some of the vintage little things that I bought. I think I've mentioned this several times in videos, but do not pass up on vintage garters, underwear, bullet bras, slips, gowns, petticoats. All of this stuff sells. This is brand new with tags, and it has the little garter straps thing. I've sold 2 of these in the last week and a half, and it ended up being like a $60 sale. So, you know, it's worth it picking up at the bins. Here's another vintage bra. Then I have this one, which is really cool. It's brand new in the package, probably from the 50s or so, I'm not sure. And this is a little bitty accessory that goes with it, which is like a bra extender. And then I'm not going to show you all of these, but I did want to show you some of these. So there was a ton, I don't know if it was all from the same lady or what, a ton of brand new with tags, vintage stockings, pantyhose. Some good brands in here, like, what did I see? Hanes 2, yep, Hanes Isotoner. This one's really cool, look at that. Jockey for her. So like straight 80s vibe going here, and they're all brand new. Now, these are not going to make you a fortune, and there's like a whole bunch more in this bag. But from what I looked at comps, they're like somewhere between the $5 and $8 range, which I usually do not try to get profits or sales that are like $5 or $8. But when all of these literally cost me $1, and then I'm going to make $4 or $5 per box, and there's probably 15 boxes if you do the math, it's still a profit, right? Next, I picked up these vintage dollies. Is that what these are called, dollies? Our grandmas had these beautiful little things. It's a whole, what I'll do is I'll just lot all these up, and people still buy this stuff and decorate it as the shabby chic and cottagecore type stuff. So don't pass up on lightweight things like that. People do still buy them. This is not a great brand. This is Requirements, which I believe is a JCPenney. I'm not sure, but it's brand new with tags. It's appropriate for the season. It's kind of like a wool blend plaid pencil skirt. And then I got some scarves, which I told you I always pick up vintage scarves. You can either lot them up, or people will literally just buy them as they are, especially the silk ones. This one is embroidered, which I need to figure out if there's a way I can get this off. This is brand new with tags, 100% cashmere, Joseph A. Bank. For those of you that get the suits and stuff from there, you know that it's not cheap. This is a $120 scarf. However, somebody must have tried to give this away as a gift or something to somebody. There may be a way for me to take that off, or maybe somebody doesn't care that the embroidered letters are on there. I don't know. And then this is 100% silk, and this is another Dana Buchman. So scarves are a really good flip. And then we have a loft, like a peach colored dress with the little cutouts, crochet, well, embroidered, and a little bit of like a lace type of material, I guess. So this is a pretty color for spring. And then this is a 2-piece Leslie Faye Evenings, which I thought was really pretty, great for holiday season. And then it comes with a long skirt. We're almost done, y'all. Next is a mauve, I don't know if I say it right, which is an anthropology piece. This should do really well. Has all these nice little cutouts. Next, this is a no brand, although it says it's a large. I do really good with crochet skirts. This will be great advertising as hippie or boho. And then I have J. Crew, size 2. Really cool print, almost looks like feathers. This is a really good brand to pick up. It's a vintage brand, Northern Isles. I want to believe it's like 90s. As you can see, this has like a golf print. Anytime you can get these chunky sweaters, like the retro prints, the colorful ones. I have one for sale that has leaves on it right now for like around 60 bucks. And so they are sought after. This dress is a fossil dress, just a fossil little yellow dress. I mainly picked it up for the name Fossil, even though I think the wallets and the purses do better. This is Laura Ashley, Mother and Child. It's just a little velvet jumper for kids. This is Easel, which is an Anthropologie brand. Has this cool, really big bell sleeve. I do really good with these open kimonos that are real lightweight, and they cost you almost nothing at the bins, and usually can get at least 20 bucks for them. Next is kind of like a boutique brand, but the comps look pretty good. It's called Trish Scully Child, and this is a 2T. Kind of has that artsy look. This is actually a really good brand for bras. It's called CUUP Cup, and this one is a sheer bra. I think one time I'm going to do like a bra haul, because there's a lot of bras that actually have a really good high return of rate of return as far as what you put into them and pay for them at the bins versus what you can get out as far as the price. Has really high comps actually. This one's called Taryn Rose, which the only reason why I picked this up was because these shoes were in a little duster bag. So something told me that actually it might be some money. And they are. So as you can see, they're pretty cool looking. These will be great for holiday season or party. It's like Italian leather. And we're almost done. Next is Kabi, size 6, soft core jeans, kind of like an olive green. Then we have Ming Wang, which has really good comps. It's kind of like a stretchy knit dress. Then I pick up all these, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Pashima. Let me look at it before I say the word like super wrong here. Pashima? Oh, Pashmina. Oh, me and my vocabulary. Okay, this one's real pretty. It kind of has like elephants. So I sell a lot of these. You don't get a whole lot for them, but they're a pretty quick return on investment. And last but not least is an Old Navy size 10. My daughter may get these if she wants them. Boyfriend style jeans, brand new with tags. So based on both of these hauls combined, which Goodwill had the better stuff? I personally think the second one, which is where I go to the most, which is the one you just saw. Some people may say the first one because you had a lot more bags and a lot more hats and some things that actually had a higher profit per piece. So I'd like to hear what your comments are on which of the Battle of the Bins won. So I hope you stay tuned for my next video, which will be a What's Sold video. And then I'm also going to have a series of eBay like 101 for basics, kind of like for sellers that are just starting off on eBay and want to kind of understand how to do some of the basic things. I'm going to start those videos as well. So if you're a seasoned seller, they may not apply, but maybe there's some small tricks and things in there that I do that'll be good tips and nuggets of information that you can use for your reselling business as well. So until then, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining. Bye.